Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 703rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And what a great close battle I've got for you to watch today. Okay, this battle was fought on my favourite map, the Germanic Forest map. Remember, with the big open plains where you can fight out in the open if you want to. Or you've got the woods where you can hide your units and spring those nasty ambushes onto the enemy troops. Plus, of course, it is a winter map as well. So if you bring barbarian troops, you're going to get a winter bonus. Okay, so I always think there's a lot going for players on this map. You know, you can bring barbarian troops if you want. You can hide your troops in the woods. It's a really good map. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Firstprime. Now, Firstprime's got 10 pikes, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. So 10 pikes, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his pikes there, and you'll count he's got 8 upgrades. So he's got 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. I think I've talked about this before. Many years ago I was talking to a Greek clansman. Remember, the Greeks were the best clan on Rome Total War with the pikes and spear factions, and this Greek clansman told me that 8 upgrades on Macedonian royal pikemen was the optimum upgrades to put on them. You put 8 upgrades on these royal pikemen and you get the very best out of them. And from a Greek clansman, you don't argue with them when it comes to spears and pikes. Just look at the length of those Macedonian pikes that the enemy team have got to fight down. So I haven't seen Firstprime bring Macedon very often, so this may be an experimental army, and he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry because of course he spent most of his money on his pikes. So it'd be interesting to see how Firstprime uses that army during the course of the battle. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now, Mantu has got 6 cavalry and 10 archers and has unusually bought the Scythia faction. A lot of people would class Scythia as a lesser 31k faction. And as you can see there, he's got gold shield, gold attack on his archers. Now remember, these chosen archers got really good defense, got long range, and can be very useful light infantry when they run out of arrows. Okay, make no mistake about that. These chosen archers, really good elite archers. And then we've got the headhunting maidens. Now these maidens are not innocent young girls as they sound like maidens. These are the deadly ladies of Rome Total War. Make no mistake about that. And cavalry versus cavalry, I would say these are the best cavalry in the game. Okay, so as you can see, those axes they carry are effective against armor, and it seems like the more heavily armored the enemy cavalry are, the better these axes seem to perform. They are only light cavalry, but as I say, these are the deadly ladies of Rome Total War. Never underestimate them. And as I say, cavalry versus cavalry, I reckon they're the best cavalry in the game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as the battle unfolds. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Earth. Now Earth has got 12 Spartans, 4 Cretan archers and 4 fast moving missile cavalry. Okay, quickly have a look at the missile cavalry. There you are. They throw spears, they can cause damage and they can cause disruption in enemy ranks, so they're always like a useful unit to bring. So that would be a tried and tested Earth Greek cities army there. Okay, and our last teammate is myself. Spartan Commander has got his very old Greek cities army of 13 Spartans and 5 Cretan archers. Okay, so that's my very old army there. And so that's our team, quite diverse. I think they're unusual to have 2 Greek cities armies in a team, but I think that might make the battle even more interesting. So we've got Firstprime with Macedon. We've got Mantu with Scythia, we've got Earth with Greek cities, and myself with Greek cities. It should be a cracking game for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at 2 very different battle formations for Greek cities here. You can see that Earth is using the new modern way of using pike and spear units here. Can you see how he's like divided his army into 2, really spread out there, really making the most of the flexibility of the Spartan units there. And as I say, I notice most spear and pike users these days tend to use this kind of battle formation there. Very, very modern, very new, and seems to be very effective. That's why so many players use that battle formation. And now we're going to take a trip back in time to a battle formation that I might have been using 15, 16 years ago. Very old-fashioned, very old school, and probably out of date these days. I don't know what you guys think. A rather out of date old school battle formation there. It'll be interesting to see how well it does though. There that you are. There's the old school, old-fashioned, out-of-date battle formation, and there's the new Greek cities battle formation there. So, as I say, I think during the course of the battle, it'll be interesting to see how these two different formations do. And here is the other team. We had Brotherhood member Madking. Now, Madking has got 16 Sacred Band Spearmen and 4 Light Cavalry. Now, if we have a look at his battle formation here, you might find his upgrades quite interesting. See, his forward units have just got Gold Shield, Gold Attack on. Okay, those first forward units. Then the second line of his battle formation have just got 7 upgrades on. An Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. And then if we go further back into his battle formation, can you see the rest of his units have got 8 upgrades on? Okay, 2 Experience Stripes, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. So he's got staggered upgrades through his battle formation, but there is a reason for that. And that's because these lesser upgraded units will make first contact with the enemy, take the pillars, weaken the enemy units. Okay, that's what he'll be thinking there, and then he brings his elite upgraded units in to finish off the enemy units there. So that's why he's got staggered upgrades through his battle formation. Should be interesting to see how well he uses them. And there, for any of you that might not have seen this long shield light cavalry of Carthage, there's a close-up there. Long shield, very fast moving, can be quite disruptive there, and as you can see, he just got Gold Shield, Gold Attack on them because he spent most of his money on his infantry. Okay, make no mistake there, that would be a tried and tested Mad King Carthage army. Okay, their next teammate is RV Monarch, and he's bought the Seleucid faction, but we're going to have a look at this army a little bit later on because I'd like your opinion on this army. Okay, we're going to have a little talk about this army. We're not going to look at it now too much, but we're going to have a look at it a little bit later on because, as I say, I'd like your opinion on it. Okay, their next teammate is Orcs Saitama, I think is how you pronounce that. Saitama. To my knowledge, I've never played with this player before, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does. Now, he's got 14 Sacred Band Spearmen, but you can only see 12 there, because he's got 2 hidden in the woods. Okay, if you count, you'll see he's just got 12, and the other 2 he's got hidden in the woods, as he's got his cavalry, 1 cavalry unit in there, and his I think he's got some of his slinger units in there. If you look at the upgrades on his units there, the forward units of his battle formation, 7 upgrades, an Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. Move further back into his battle formation, 8 upgrades, 2 Experience Stripes, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. So another player with staggered upgrades through his battle formation. As I say, never played with him before to my knowledge, so it'd be interesting to see how well he does during the course of the battle. And as I say, he has got units hiding in the woods. And their last teammate, if we can find him there, is GOTW Venator. Now, Venator's got 6 chariots, 10 Pharaoh bowmen, and 3 fully upgraded spear units there. Now you can see here that Egypt is very well, a lot of people would class them as a lesser 31k faction. Okay, there's the Egyptian general. People class them as a lesser 31k faction, especially on a winter map. If this was a desert map, look, most of those Egyptian units would be getting the desert bonus. But here on the winter map, they're going to get no bonus at all. And as I say, most people would class them as a lesser 31k faction. Okay, we know that their Pharaoh bowmen, pound for pound, are probably the best archers in the game. But once again, if they were on a desert map, look, they would probably be getting the desert bonus. But on the winter map, they're going to get no bonus at all. So it'll be interesting to see how they use Egypt during the course of the battle. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at the Seleucid army build here, and I'd really like you guys' opinion on this army build. Okay, now you'll notice here that the Seleucid generals only got 6 pikes, which to me is a very low number of infantry, and he's got 6 Cataphracts. And if you notice, we're going to have a look at the Cataphracts here, and if you notice their upgrades, you'll see that they are fully upgraded. Okay, now remember, to fully upgrade a Cataphract unit costs 3,030 denarii. Now these are the tanks of the ancient world. They're armoured from head to toe. but they do cost 3,030 denarii, and because he's fully upgraded them, he can only afford 6 pikes. Now he's bought 8 archers. Now bringing archers is always good to cover his pikes, so that's a good move. But it's kind of like, you know that old saying about putting all your eggs in one basket? I think he's like kind of spent most of his money on his Cataphracts here, and I think he's hoping that they're going to change, you know, they possibly could change the course of the battle or be battle winning troops there. But if they don't do that, then as I say, he's only got 6 pike units left. So I just like your opinion. Do you think having fully upgraded Cataphracts but only 6 pikes and 8 archers, do you think that's a balanced army? Is that an army that you would bring? Now bearing in mind he's up against Scythia here. Okay. Now remember, here he's up against light cavalry here, as you can see. The light headhunting maidens. But as I say, make no mistake, these aren't innocent young girls. These are the deadly ladies of Rome Total War. But they only are light cavalry, and they only cost 1,890 to fully upgrade them. So remember, these maidens are fully upgraded as well. They got a 15 attack and a small 17 defense. Okay, remember the Seleucid Cataphracts have got a 29 defense. So later on in the battle, you're going to see these headhunting maidens take on the fully upgraded heavy cavalry Cataphracts in this battle. And what a tussle that's going to be between these two cavalries. I hope you look forward to seeing that, because it's something really good to watch. Okay, at this early, very early stage of the battle here, I thought I'd show you the chosen archers and the long range that these chosen archers have got. Remember, I think these are some of the best archers in the game. If you look at their specifications, you'll see how good they are. Now, different to that is the Seleucid archers that are only medium range. Can you see they're still running into range? They're being shot by the chosen archers, because as I say, the chosen archers are long range, and the Seleucid archers are only medium range, so they've got to still run into range. So they're being shot at the moment by the long range archers, chosen archers there, as they're running forward to try and get into range of those chosen archers. I just thought that just goes to show the difference between elite archers in this game and the, if you like, the cheap medium range ones. Okay, over here on the left flank, you will see that the Egyptian general there is moving his chariots round our left flank. I'm just wondering whether they're thinking that they're going to attack here on the left by bringing those chariots round. Right, let's just pause the game for a second there. And as you can see here, he's brought his Pharaoh archers out here. Okay, now pound for pound, I believe these are the best archers in the game. Okay, they're really elite archers. I think the cost of them with the upgrades he's put on is 1,220 per unit. But for that, you get a 13 missile and a 15 defense. A 15 defense. I mean, that's massive for archers, isn't it? And a 13 missile is pretty good as well. So as I say, pound for pound, I would say the Pharaoh bowmen, and I think a lot of other people believe that they are probably the best archers in the game. The chosen archers are, as I say, they're elite as well. They've only got a 12 missile and they've only got a 14 defense. Okay. They do cost a little bit more though for the upgrades that Mantu has put on them there. But as I say, the Pharaoh bowmen, I believe, are the best archers in the game. If you notice here, I've turned left here on the left flank there to face those chariots. Okay. And as you can see there, you'll see that Earth is moving his fast-moving missile cavalry back from those archers, probably looking to get round the flank of them, possibly. As we know, Earth, a very good tactical player. But those Pharaoh bowmen will be causing those chosen, those Cretan archers of Earth there quite a lot of damage. Right, now what I wanted to do is show you this. This is quite a good move here by Venator here. Look. Can you see? That's his, unfortunately, this is his general unit, and he's got them in open order, of course, to avoid archer damage. You know, when you've got units in open order, you avoid less missile damage. And what he's looking to do, look, he's seen the gap between Earth and myself, and he's looking to charge that unit through the middle of our two Spartans' armies to take our archers out. Okay, but unfortunately, because he's in open order, of course, it spreads that chariot unit open more. You know, can you see it's a lot wider than it normally would be? And if he's not careful here as he charges in, okay, just pause again for a second here. Because he's got that open order and he's wider than what he normally would do, if one of these chariot units hooks or snags onto one of these Spartan units, it'll pull the whole unit over to that Spartan unit. Okay, can you see? It looks to me like one of those units is going to hook onto that Spartan unit as it comes through the gap. Now you watch what happens here. Can you see as it comes through, that unit gets hooked onto that unit, and then it pulls the rest of the unit over to the unit that it got hooked on. Did you see that there? And unfortunately for Venator, that's his general unit there. As I say, that one unit, I think maybe two, but I think that one unit definitely got hooked on that Spartan unit as he ran through, and it brought the whole general unit over onto that Spartan unit. And I think the Egyptian general here could lose his general there, which I think that he's actually done there. There you are. There's a general dead now. Look. It was a good move, you know, it was a good plan there to charge through the gap of the Spartans to get to our archers, but unfortunately, as I say, because he was in wide formation there, that one unit just snagged on that Spartan unit, and of course it took the whole general unit over to the Spartans, and his general was taken out. And as we know, Egyptian morale is not very good, so with his general gone there, that's a bit unfortunate there for the Egyptian general. Okay, as we move along the battle line here, you'll see that Mantu's chosen archers there will be doing a good job on the short range Seleucid archers there, and here you can see Firstprime's been using one of his cavalry units there to take out enemy archers and cause disruption there. As you can notice there, he's got that cavalry unit in normal formation, not wedge, so he gets extra speed. Of course, when you got cavalry in normal formation, they move faster than they do in wedge. And make no mistake, he would have used that cavalry unit extremely well in taking out some of the enemy archer units there. Okay, you can see I've got my Cretan archers there shooting into some of those Carthage slingers there. Okay, remember, slingers have got 40 slingshots, where archers in this game have only got 30. Here you'll see that Carthage general's moving his units over towards us. And as I say, there's the two units that he had hiding in the woods. Remember when we looked at his army, we could only see 12 spear units. Well, he actually had 2 hiding in the woods, so he's got 14. Just draw your attention here to this fast-moving missile cavalry of Earths there. He's probably looking to get in behind the enemy troops with those spear units there, those missile units there, so they can throw their spears into the rear of enemy troops. Here you'll see that Venator is moving his Pharaoh bowman forward there, possibly to get more into range of targets that he wants to hit. And meanwhile, over on our right flank here, as I say, the chosen archers with their great defense and great range with their archers are doing a job on those Seleucid archers there. As I say, Seleucid archers are only medium range, but their specifications are very poor as well there. But it's always best to bring archers when you bring Seleucid. Try and cover your pike units a bit from missile damage. Okay, so you can see here Madking moving his 16 well upgraded Sacred Band spearmen towards one half of Earth's army. And you've got the other Carthage general here with his well upgraded troops there as well. And they may well combine armies and come at us with 2 Carthage armies there combined. We'll just have to see if that's going to be a tactic they'll use. Let's say you can see my Cretan archers there in open order shooting into those Pharaoh bowmen, trying to cause as many casualties as I can. Here you can see Firstprime bringing one of his cavalry units over there. Now it wouldn't surprise me if he charged that cavalry unit into those Pharaoh bowmen. He may well be looking at that at the moment. That's probably why he's brought that cavalry unit over. As I say, it wouldn't surprise me if he did charge it into those bowmen. And there you are, it looks like he's changing trajectory there, look, and he's now going to charge into those Pharaoh bowmen. Now, will the Egyptian general bring those chariots forward quickly to try and neutralise this cavalry hit? No, he looks like he's moving the chariots actually away there, and then goes the cavalry. Bang! bang, as he smashes in. Now, wouldn't surprise me if the Egyptian general alt-attacked with his archers, because these Pharaoh bowmen are so good, they make really good light infantry as well. And as you can see there, they've got the numbers against that Macedon cavalry unit there. So that was a good move there by Venator doing that. And you can see he's bringing his chariots into the fray now to chase off Firstprime's cavalry unit there. Firstprime needs to keep moving that cavalry unit, I would say, or he's going to get hit by chariots there. And as you can see, he's moving that cavalry unit away there. But now he's going to move back in again. Looking at that cheeky look, bang, as he moves back in there. That was a cheeky opportunist hit there. That was a nice aggressive move there by Firstprime into those archers. Okay, he's lost that cavalry unit, but he would have caused them some casualties there. Once again, you can see the Egyptian general bringing his chariots over to our left flank. As I say, it looks to me the way that they're moving the chariots and those Carthaginian troops have moved over there, this could well be the place they're going to attack. Possibly there. That chariots. As I say, the Egyptians haven't got a desert bonus obviously on a winter map, but those chariots have still got a morale sapping ability there, which of course takes morale away from enemy troops and destabilizing them, making them more susceptible to routing. Okay, right here you can see Madking moving his 16 Sacred Band spear units. Now remember, we looked at the upgrades on the Madking's troops there. He's got staggered upgrades through his battle formation. But the rear units have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And here you can see Mantu looks like he's charging an archer unit forward. But I notice they're still carrying their bows. So they've still got arrows to shoot. But he looks like he's alt-attacking, does he? He looks like he's alt-attacking one of those Pharaoh bowman units there. There you go. That's an unusual move, isn't it, when you've still got arrows to alt-attack there? So, must have had a tactical reason for that. Maybe just trying to weaken these Pharaoh bowmen by doing that. But as I say, you can see the chariots out on the flank here, possibly ready to charge into our archers. You got Saitama there with his Carthage army. And behind him, as we thought, Earth has got those 4 fast-moving missile cavalry units in behind the enemy team. So they'll be throwing their spears into the weakest part of a unit on Rome Total War, into the rear of those units. Okay, so here you can see Firstprime moving his Macedonian pikemen closer to our troops there. He's probably spotted all those Carthaginian spearmen coming over to that flank, so he's moved his Macedonians forward there. Okay, remember those Macedonian pikes, pretty good, aren't they? They're pretty strong units. Now over here, this is, as I say, going to be a classic cavalry battle here between light headhunting maiden cavalry against fully upgraded, heavily armoured Cataphracts of the Seleucid Empire. Okay, so this is going to be a major battle between these two cavalries. Okay, we're going to see that in a few minutes' time. As I say, 3,030 denarii to fully upgrade Seleucid Cataphracts. Okay, but I'd just like to draw your attention here to a really good move by Venator. Okay, and Madking's fast-moving light cavalry here. Can you see how they've come round the flank and they have now got in behind us? Okay, this is a nice tactical move there. Now they may well smash into the back of possibly Firstprime's cavalry, or they might go into the back of the maidens when they're fighting those Seleucid Cataphracts there. So this is a really good move by the enemy team. Nice move here by Venator and Madking here, bringing their chariots and cavalry in behind us here. Really good tactical move. Okay, so here you'll see those fully upgraded Cataphracts. Remember, with 29 defense. Right, just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so don't forget, these tanks of the ancient world, as we call them, have got a massive 29 defense and a 13 attack, and they're fully upgraded. As I say, 3,030 denarii for each of these units. So make no mistake, these are the tanks of the ancient world, and they're heading towards these light cavalry head-hunting maidens, who are also fully upgraded. Now they've got a 15 attack and a 17 defense, but they have got effective against armor axes. So this is going to be one heck of a tussle here between elite fully upgraded Cataphracts and light head-hunting maiden cavalry. Okay, So here comes the Cataphracts here. 3,030 denarii for each one of those units, gives them a massive 29 defense. Right, just pause the game for a second. I want to draw your attention to something else. Can you see Firstprime's got his cavalry there locked and loaded, possibly to help our Scythia ally there against those Cataphracts? But what he might not have seen is these chariots and light cavalry of Madking coming in behind to smash into the rear of Firstprime's cavalry there. Okay, he's probably watching forward there with his cavalry ready to help against the Cataphracts. Doesn't see the chariots and cavalry coming in behind him. But here is going to be a massive tussle here. Now get ready for this. Headhunting maidens against Seleucid Cataphracts. And bang! As they charge into each other here. Oh my gosh. Look at those headhunting maidens and those Cataphracts really fighting here. You can see that the Seleucid general has alt-attacked. You can see he's using his effective against armour mace against the effective against armour axes of the maidens there. Oh my gosh, what a tussle this is. Which way do you think it's going to go? Heavy Cataphracts against light cavalry. Which way do you think it's going to go while you watch this? Okay, you can see there's already been a maiden unit routed there. Well, of course, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? They're only light cavalry, so of course these heavy Cataphracts are going to win this. But I just thought it was interesting to see, you know, the effective against armour axes of the headhunting maidens against these really well armoured Seleucid fully upgraded Cataphracts there. Whoa, that's good. They've taken out the Seleucid general. We know Seleucid morale's not very good. Take the general out, and oh my gosh, look at that. The headhunting maidens have prevailed against fully upgraded Cataphracts. Like I said to you at the when we first looked at the maidens at the beginning of the battle, cavalry versus cavalry. These are the best cavalry in the game, I believe. And as you saw there, they've just gone up against fully upgraded heavy Cataphract cavalry there, and the maidens won that. So really well done. As I say, these are the deadly ladies of Rome Total War, cavalry versus cavalry. Okay, as I say, those of you that might have played with these maidens or played against them would probably realise how good they are. So there you go. That's I just thought you'd find that interesting. But meanwhile over here, poor old Firstprime's companion cavalry got smashed in the rear by chariots and light cavalry there of Madking. So Venator and Madking did really well there to get in behind the Macedonian cavalry, companion cavalry there. And it looks to me like all of Firstprime's cavalry has just been taken out. I think that that was the last cavalry unit there to be taken out. So Venator and Madking there have just taken out all of Firstprime's cavalry with that rear attack. Getting those troops in behind us there, I thought was a really good tactical move by Venator and Madking. So really well done to them. They may well now start concentrating on our archers there now, with the chariots and that light cavalry there. But if the headhunting maidens come over, they better be careful, because I think those headhunting maidens are still looking for blood. Okay, over here on the left flank you will see that Earth has used one of his mini armies, one of his Spartan armies there, to come over and attack these Pharaoh bowmen. Very aggressive move there, I thought, there by Earth. Very, very aggressive. I think he's just lost his general there as well. So that's bad news for us. Looked like one of those Pharaoh bowman unit has just killed his general. So as I say, that is bad news for us. We've lost a morale bonus there. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So as I say, very aggressive move there, taking out those Pharaoh bowmen. But you've got that massive Carthage army there, looking menacingly coming towards us. And as I say, over here you can see those headhunting maidens have taken out that those light cavalry of Madking and the chariots that were there as well, what was left of the chariots. So as I say, these headhunting maidens now, I think they're kind of in bloodlust at the moment after taking out those Cataphracts. I think they're looking to take out a lot more enemy troops there. So it'll be interesting to see how Mantu uses them during the course of the battle. But of course, now the Seleucid general is just left with his 6 pike units. That's all he's got now, is 6 pike units, because maybe he didn't bring that, you know, a balanced army. I think he's got 7 upgrades on his pike units and experienced strikes, gold shield, gold attack. But like I say, he kind of put all his eggs in one basket, hoping that his Seleucid, his fully upgraded Seleucid Cataphracts, you know, would, you know, maybe battle winning troops there. And that's where he spent all his money. And of course, now they've been taken out, all he's got left is his 6 pikemen. So it'd be interesting to see how he uses those pikemen during the course of the battle. And I think Firstprime's Macedonians there, I think they've got better specifications than those Seleucid pikemen, so they may well get into a tussle a little bit later on. We'll just have to see. But as I say, you can see Earth using that one of his little mini armies there very effectively. He's took out most of those Pharaoh bowmen there, so he's done very well with that mini army of his. But as I say, there's those 2 massive Carthage armies there with really good upgrades. Here you can see Earth using those spear units there, throwing them into the enemy units there. He uses those cavalry units very well. But as I say, those 2 fresh, massive Carthage armies with fantastic upgrades are now moving in on us. Here you can see Madking moving his 16 well-upgraded units into my 13 Spartans there, and you can see the other Carthage general here moving his army forward as well. Okay, so I'm going to move my Spartans over a little bit closer to my allies. I think there probably what would be a good idea as the enemy Carthaginian troops move in there, where I'm moving back a little bit, as you can see there, with my old school, old-fashioned, out-of-date battle formation. And here you can see the Carthage general moving in now. What I'm thinking here, look at the angle he's coming in at. It looks to me like he wants to hit Earth's army there. So what I would like to do is try and hit him in the flank. If he turns any more to hit Earth's army, I'd like to go into the flank of his Carthaginians there with my battle formation. There, can you see? He's showing me his flank almost now, so I need to charge in there quick, I think. I'm going to charge in there quickly. There you are. Can you see? I'm now charging in quickly now to try and hit his units in the flank. You can see how he turned his army to face Earth's other micro army there. And now most of his Carthaginians now are being turned towards my Spartans. So there you are. You can see I'm now taking on Mad King's Carthaginians there. Now, just to say, I'm very aware that my left flank could be in trouble here, because the other Carthaginian general, make no mistake, has seen the flank of my army there. He moved his army there, and he could come in on the flank of my engaged Spartans. Okay, I am aware of that, but I'm also aware that Earth has got is the other half of his Spartan army there that I'm hoping he will bring forward to help neutralize the Carthaginian attack on my flank. Okay, because we know Earth's a very good supporting player, and I should imagine that he would have seen that as well. But I'm being very aggressive with my Spartans. I'm really pushing those Spartans into those Carthaginian troops that are up against me there. You can see them really, the Carthaginian generals really attacking as well. You can see both of us are making kind of inroads into each other's armies there. But as I say, you can see the other enemy Carthage army coming over. Looks like he's going to hit me in the flank there. Don't forget, he's got very well upgraded units as well as he moves forward. Now, I've turned one unit there to face to try and neutralize them coming in on my my Spartans there, and hoping that Earth is going to move some of his Spartan units over there to try and neutralize this attack there. Can you see that's a massive Carthage attack coming in? You can see that Firstprime is bringing the Macedonians over as well. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so here you'll see Firstprime, being a good support player that he is, bringing those Macedonian pikemen into the fray slowly and steadily there. You can see Earth here fighting some more Carthage units, and you can see my Spartans there fighting the Carthaginians as well. So there's a lot going on at the moment. Okay, here you'll see the Seleucid general is running his 6 pike units forward here towards the Seleucids. He's probably spotted that it's just archer units there, as our Macedonian allies moved over a little bit to the other flank. But over here you'll see the headhunting maidens have been mopping up a lot of archer units and are looking to smash into the rear of engaged enemy troops, is what I think that Mantu will be looking to do with what he's got left with his headhunting maidens there. But over here you can see that massive Carthage army coming in on the left of my engaged Spartans there. Okay, as I say, I was hoping here that Earth was going to turn some of his units there to help neutralise that attack coming in on my flank. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. So this was a bit confusing to me here, because you can see Earth has got two of his Spartan units facing away from that massive Carthage army coming in on my flank. Now if he's not careful, he's going to get a rude awakening here, because those Carthage sacred bands are going to go into the rear of his Spartans there and could start to take those Spartans out. There, can you see them going in there? Now he's got one unit over here facing the Carthaginians, but the other two, as you can see, the Carthaginians just going to go in behind them and start attacking their weakest point there. And you can see that's a lot of Carthaginians coming over on my flank there as I'm trying to fight Mad King's Carthaginians. Right now here you'll see that Mantu is really going to use his chosen archers there to the maximum, going to use their light infantry capability, because make no mistake, these chosen archers are really good light infantry, and it wouldn't surprise me he could be very flexible with them and get in behind the Seleucid pikemen and attack the rear of those pikemen, and then he could ram home the attack with his maidens. That's maybe what he's looking to do there. But as I say, over here this is a nice helping move here by Firstprime. You can see we've routed a lot of Carthage Sacred Band troops already, but as I say, on the left side here you've got these fresh full Carthage units coming into my flank as I'm trying to fight the Mad King's Carthaginians there. Right now here you'll see the Carthaginian general. He can't believe probably what he's seeing here. He's going into the rear of these two Spartan units. Can you see that? And as I say, look at that Carthaginian general now really pushing all his spear units into the flank of my engaged troops there. But here, look, you can see one of those Spartan units has been routed, look, because it's had so many troops killed from behind. And there, look, you can see this unit is still not turning to face the threat there as those Carthaginians move in on them. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So let's say over here you'll see that Mantu's making the most of the flexibility of these chosen archers, making the most of their light infantry capabilities here and getting in behind the enemy Seleucid pikemen there, doing a lot of damage there. And as I say, with his cavalry, he's probably going to ram home the attack. Now personally, I put my cavalry in a wedge formation for more penetration and more damage, but he's just going to keep his cavalry there in normal formation there. Now get ready for this impact. Headhunting maidens coming in now, and bang, as they smash in there. Look at the impact of those headhunting maidens charging in there. I reckon a couple of those Seleucid units, there you are, you can see a couple of those Seleucid pike units are already routing there, with the combination of chosen archers attacking them and those headhunting maidens ramming home the attack there. Okay, over here you can see there that my army is kind of getting inundated with Carthaginians here. You can see Earth's got some of his units fighting there. But as I say, Firstprime here, keeping his Macedonian units back and just bringing them in when they're needed. Fresh, basically full units, look, coming in there. I always thought he handled those Macedonians really well, slow and steady. But here's something I wanted to show you. Can you see this is the Carthaginian general unit? And the general is this end of the general unit there. Can you see that? Now make no mistake, Firstprime spotted that, look, and he's attacking the flank of this general unit. And look at those Macedonian pikes. They've already nearly killed him, look. They look like they're heading towards the Carthaginian general there. Okay, here's something you need to watch with your general unit, is that the general will be on one side of the unit. And as I say, you can see Firstprime closing in on that, trying to kill that Carthage general there with his pikemen. Okay, all the way through this battle I thought Firstprime handled Macedon really well, slowly moving them where they were needed, very methodical with the way he moved them forward there. I always think that they're kind of like steamrollers, like very slow moving, but they go over most things that they hit there. As I say, look how slow and methodical he's moving those pike units in. Really well done to him. Over here you can see that Mantu's done extremely well with his alt attack archers and what he's got left of his headhunting maidens there. They've routed I think most of the Seleucid pikes there. I think at least 5 of the Seleucid pikemen have been routed there by the Scythian chosen archers and the headhunting maidens. You can see now that he's up against those fully upgraded Egyptian pharaoh spearmen there now. Look, can you see they're up against them now? So you'll probably get units in behind them there, look, and charge in behind them there. So they're trying to take those Egyptian units out as well. But as I say here, you can see one of Monarch's Seleucid pike units is okay. He's brought it over here to help with the main part of the battle here. As you can see, it's a pike and spear, spear on spear battle here. If you look at my Spartan army, oh, there you go. You remember we looked at that Carthage general there, right on the edge end of his general unit there. It's just been taken out by Firstprime, which is, make no mistake, that's what he was aiming for there with that pike, with his pike units there, really pushing in on the Carthaginians there. So well done to Firstprime. Look at that mass of long pikes moving forward into the Carthaginians there. Plus you've got Earth's Greek cities units there as well. A nice combination hit on the Carthage team there, that army there. But if you notice, my army is really battle depleted. Over here you can see that general unit charging in, that bang for the Scythian general there. Let Mantu just charge that unit in there, attacking those Egyptians there. If you look closely, you'll see that general unit just glowed. So that general unit has just got a battlefield promotion. There's only 3 men left in that, or 3 cavalry left in that unit there, and they just got a battlefield promotion. So they've got a stripe on them now. And this is nice here. I like this. This is you can see only 2 units left in that headhunting main unit. But here you can see that Mantu's bought 2 of his chosen archer units that have still got arrows left, and are now shooting into the rear of the Carthage Sacred Band units there. That was a nice tactical move there, I thought, by Mantu doing that. But as I say, over here you can see us really struggling, if you like, against those Carthage Sacred Band. You can see several of my units have already routed. As I say, this big block of Macedonian pikemen moving in on the Carthaginians, that's a great help there. And as I say, you'll see there, you're another one of my units routed there. You'll see that a lot of my Spartans have now been routed here. Whoa, did you see that that unit there glow? Just got a battlefield promotion just before it routed there. And you can see the Carthaginians really closing in on my what I've got left of my Spartan units there. Here you can see the Carthaginians, right, there's more of my units, my general units gone now. And here you can see here the Carthaginians really concentrating on that that Spartan unit there that's in that particular part of the battlefield, really closing in there. But I thought this was a good move here by Earth. Look, got his units in behind the Carthaginians in a sandwich attack now. Wouldn't surprise me if if that Carthage army routed pretty quick there in that sandwich attack there between Macedon and Earth's Greek city units getting in behind them. Really nice tactical move there, I thought, by Earth, getting in behind them there. Really well played there. And it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. So yes, I think pretty close battle there, I was saying myself. You can see there that we got Scythian chosen archers in the fray as well. This is quite a spread out battle actually. All the way over here, I think this is where that was where the cavalry, the light cavalry and the chariot smashed into the back of Firstprime's cavalry. You can see that was a really good tactical hit there by Madking and Venator. And over here, of course, was that big battle between the headhunting maidens and the fully upgraded Seleucid Cataphracts there. So you can see there, if you just look on the battlefield there, you'll see that the vast majority of dead look to me like the Seleucid Cataphracts there. So as I say, don't mess with the headhunting maidens because they don't mess. And over here you'll see some more dead here as we move across the battlefield. That's where the headhunting maidens caught up with the light cavalry of Carthage, and I think a chariot unit as well. As we move across the battlefield here, you'll see more dead here. There's a clump of dead headhunting maidens there, where they charged in to those Seleucid pikemen. Remember, the headhunting maidens, as I say, cavalry versus cavalry. I believe they're the best cavalry in the game, but against enemy infantry, they seem to have a weakness there. As you can see by the number of dead there, against smashing into the back of infantry units. Here you'll see that they're trying to take out that last Egyptian unit there with those chosen archers. I think Firstprime's got one of his Cretan archers units in there as well, against those fully upgraded Egyptian spearmen. Here you can see Mantu's archers there. He's been shooting into the rear of the enemy troops. Now, just to show you how attritional, how much of it this was a real battle of attrition, see, I've got 3 units left. What's that? 19 men in that unit, 10 men in that unit, and just 3 men. And that's the entirety of my Greek city's army. That's all I've got left. You notice there, can you see the red cloak dead Spartan? Mostly my dead Spartans there. So that's all I've got, 3 units left. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Earth has just got 2 units left. Yeah, he's got that 1 unit there, and he's got that other unit there. So there you are. It just goes to show you know the fantastic specifications that Spartans have got, and that's all we've got left out of our Spartan armies. If you notice here, Firstprime's Macedonians, he's still got a lot of troops there. I thought he supported and played very well. Here you can see a Seleucid unit here of RV Monarch attacking the flank of one of Firstprime's Macedonian units there. You can see that coming in. It looks like Firstprime may not have noticed that, because I'm pretty sure he would have turned that unit to face the threat there. Because remember, when the unit's attacked in the flank, and especially the rear, that is the weakest part of it there. Over here, the archer units there, Scythia archer units, managed to rout that last Egyptian spear unit here. But here now you'll see that whoa, that's the Scythian general's just been taken out quite late in the battle. Right, you can see I think the enemy team have admitted defeat now, and as I say, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle. I was just going to ask you, who do you think's got the highest kills in the game here? Just as a matter of interest, who do you think? Do you think it could be my Greek city's army, because it was fighting all the way through the battle there? Do you think it could be Earth's, because he tactically moved his units around the battlefield and he had his missile cavalry? Or could it be Firstprime? Do you think it could be Firstprime that's got the highest kills there? It'll be interesting to see. Who do you think's got the highest kills in the battle? Be very, very interesting to see, I think. Right, first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. And as you can see there, it is a close victory. Now let's have a look and see who the highest kills in the game is. Is it the Greek cities? Is it Macedon? Who do you think it is? Could it be Carthage? Highest kills in the game goes to Scythia. Brotherhood member Mantu, 1,886 kills. A lot of people class Scythia as a lesser 31k faction, but look, highest kills in the game for Mantu. So really well done to Mantu there with Scythia. As I say, how often do you see Scythia getting the highest kills on a 31k battlefield? So really well done to Mantu there. So well done to Madking. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but I thought he was aggressive with his Carthaginians and played well, so well done. Well done to RV Monarch. Now bearing in mind he lost his Cataphracts quite early in the battle, I think that's quite good kills for him, bearing in mind he lost his Cataphracts, so well done to him. Well done to Saitama. He got the highest kills in his team there, very well done. And well done to Venator. Bearing in mind he lost his general early on in the battle, I thought he got some good kills there, so really well played, guys. That was a really good game. My old battle formation and old army there, I managed to scrape in the second highest kills, 1,789, so maybe a 15-16 year old battle formation still works. Well done to Earth there, got some quite good kills, 1,050 there with his troops. Let's say well done to Mantu with Scythia, 1,886. As I say, a lot of people would class Scythia as a poor 31k faction, and well done to Firstprime there. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he still did really well, really good support there on the battlefield. And if you look at how many troops he's got left, he's still got loads of troops left. in his army. Like 938 troops he's still got left in his army there, so he did well as well. I thought everybody played well. Quite a diverse battle as well. Look, Greek cities, Scythia and Macedon for us, so that's quite a diverse team. And then you got Carthage, Seleucid, Carthage and Egypt in the other team as well there. So there you go. I thought it was a great battle. If you enjoyed this battle, please give us a thumbs up or leave us a comment. It's always interesting to see what you think. Bye for now.